way.
Believe me, I have 1 foot in the real world, brother.
Only one?
Only one. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I'm half British, and I am half American. That's why the accent is.
It's like South American?
No. American.
Okay, so you were born in America.
I was born in the United Kingdom, but I've been back and forth between the two countries my whole life.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's the introduction. Andrew Tate is my name, everybody. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm Felix. You call me X.
Okay, Felix.
My name's Tyler. You can call me Train.
I'm Silky. Just Silky.
Okay.
I'm also American.
Remember everything. Well, Adin messaged me and said, Andrew, quickly wake up. Someone disagrees with you. That's what.
Okay, a good introduction because that's it. That's how it is.
Who disagrees with me and on what?
I think at least me, I think I disagree with most things, but I don't know about Train though. I don't think he knows you that much. All I saw is a couple clips of you, and I didn't want like Wikipedia whole search. I want to take the arguments and the takes for what they are, and not with like where they come from.
I want to see X argue with this
face
nigga.
value. That's what you get.
You have something specific you disagree with me on?
Fuck.
Oh yeah, most of your women takes are bad.
Yeah, but you have to be specific because the burden of proof is on you. So.
Oh no, literally most of them.
Oh yeah, but you can't say literally most of them. This is a court of law, my friend. We have a judging panel and everything. You have to come along with take that you disagree with and give your argument as to why it's not true. You can't just say
drive.
Woman can't drive was one of them. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
So you don't think that men are overall better drivers than women?
No.
So when you see the worst parking you've ever seen in your life, you don't think it's more likely to be a female. It's just as equally likely to be a man in your view.
When I see oh yeah, exactly what you just said. Yes.
Then that's your opinion. What's the argument?
Like I said, it doesn't have to be an opinion, right? That's your anecdotal evidence, which is like kind of a bias, right? When you want to bring out things like women can't drive, you're gonna go with stats, and your stats are off. You're just wrong about them.
No, everyone is. Firstly, when you talk about biases, absolutely everybody is biased to their own personal experiences, right? If I had been in 5 car crashes and all 5 of them were driven by women by coincidence, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to believe that women are less capable.
And then
to sit here and pretend you're not biased and you're beyond biases is bullshit. That's the first thing.
Okay.
We're all biased.
Okay, and then like a natural, good, educated human being, you're probably going to go on the internet and find some study that maybe you're right about it, and then you're going to figure out that you're wrong.
Study. Oh yeah, the internet study. Oh, why didn't I think of just following the internet study and not think?
You're right, because we could have gone fucking Tate's experience instead.
Why don't I ignore all my own personal experience and obey the internet study and get my 5th injection and just do everything the internet says?
You're right.
My personal experiences, females are not as capable of driving as males. That's my personal experience. You can't come along and tell me that's not true. So, and I don't give a shit. Study. So
the next time we have a problem with science or some shit or physics, why go to the internet or talk to some experts? Let's go ask Tate's experience on it, and we'll have the answer to it, right? Sorry, no insults. That was just I got unhinged. Sorry for that.
It's fine. That's what Twitch does to people.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I'll give you that one. That's pretty true.
Conversation would be very different in person.
Well, that part's not true for me, at least.
That's the internet, but that's fine. That's the internet. Well, my personal experiences dictate to me, as all of your personal experiences dictate to you, certain realities about the earth. And in my personal experience, every car crash I've been in, every time my car's been hit, the worst parking I've ever seen has always been by a female. Now, I'm not saying females are bad people. I'm saying they're better than men at other things.
Okay.
Men have, if you want to talk about internet studies, because you seem to believe internet studies for some reason, even though you can give me lies, you can give me big lies, you can give me statistics.
Don't dish Gallups. They one topic at a time.
No, studies are the biggest lies on earth. But if you want to talk about studies, it's been proven that females do not have the same kind of spatial awareness that men have. They do not have the reaction times that men have. They've not evolved. This has been studied and found. You want to talk about studies?
And
they have not.
Yet males cause more crash accidents on the road than women.
Cool. So we have studies.
So they have less tools to you and studies. Yet they cause accidents, but according to your experience, they cause more accidents. So you're right. So you are right.
Correct. And so we have studies that conflict. And in my personal experience, I feel safer when a man is driving me than if a woman is driving me. That's my personal experience. If you want to sit here hoping that if you keep saying women can drive, you might get a girl, that's your decision. But in my personal experiences, that's not the case. I don't know why we're going to sit here and argue about it.
Perfect. Then in that case, in that case, then what you're saying is that since you're such a smart being, if you go to the casino and there's 60% red squares and 40% black ones, right? 60-40, you should bet on the 40% black ones because that's how you're going to make money. According to your analysis of these stats, right?
I don't truly understand the analogy.
And it's simple. It's very simple. Like I just said, according to your interpretation of the stats on the internet or whatever, right? You would bet on the 40% outcome instead of 60%. And you're saying this is a good bet.
Oh, bro, I know, and I mean this with respect. I know the internet is your life, right? I don't use the internet for stats when I get into a car with a bitch. I don't go and go, okay, she's blonde. Let me look up the blonde chicks. Can they drive? I get in a car and I look at her driving and go, and this bitch can't drive. That's what I do, right? And any man who's honest with himself has been in the car with a chick who's driving on some wild ass, crazy, texting on her phone, risking everyone's life. Every man knows I'm telling the truth. Okay. I know you can't say it. Okay. You don't want to get canceled. Blah blah blah. You just sit here and say when you get in a car with a girl, you look up an internet study first. Shut up. What are you talking?
Oh shit.
Bro, what are you talking about? A bad driver on the road that you can see is a bad driver. I don't give a fuck if they're old, if they're missing both fucking hands, if they're a guy, if they're white, they're black. I don't give a fuck. That person can't fucking drive. They can't fucking drive. I don't say, oh, I'm gonna go to the study or I'm gonna do this in the Andrew Tate. They can't fucking drive. Let me break a little bit and fucking change lane, yo. You know I don't have a license, but yeah.
I'm going to interject real quick into this one-on-one here, okay?
Oh, shit.
Do all of you guys remember the example I gave about real life or like the real world versus the internet world?
Yeah.
The example I gave about the word slut. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I think I had that take exactly on point. In the real world, like, I think when Andrew says what he's saying, right? Like, you know, the people get are like, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? But in the internet world, everyone's very, very, very... they're very exact, right? So when Andrew says women are bad drivers, the internet assumes that he's saying all women are bad drivers, women are terrible, women are fucking less than, right? So it just depends here. Are you talking like the real world talking where we understand what you're saying? Like when a rapper says all these girls are hoes, right? We know he's not saying all women are hoes. We know what he's talking about. When you go to the party, that one chick that's sleeping with all the dudes is a hoe, right? We get that comparison, but we know he's not saying that. So the real question here is, are you talking with the context of the real world only, where you're kind of just making that generalization, but you don't actually mean the generalization? Do you understand what I'm saying? Or are you actually a sexist? That's what the question is.
That's a very good question, and it's very professionally asked. So I like the way you've asked it. It's very professional.
Thank you.
No, you're completely and utterly correct. The way the rapper says that all women are hoes is an absolutely perfect analogy. I'm not saying there's not a female on the planet who can't drive a car. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in general, if every man was honest with himself, if he were to ask him, what's the worst driving you've ever seen? What's the most uncomfortable you've ever been in a car? What's the worst parking you've ever seen? What if you were to ask him and he was honest and he wasn't on the internet worried about getting canceled or trying to be correct or looking up statistics or any dumb shit, he'd probably say, I was in the car with this chick once and she nearly killed me. That is not saying women are bad creatures. I'm not saying all women drive that way. It doesn't mean that I don't think females should have a right to drive, etc. I'm saying in general, I think that men have faster reaction times. We are more interested in cars. We enjoy driving more. We pay more attention than women do. That is my experience.
So to hop in real quick, okay, the reason I could kind of predict that, Adin and everyone else in here, is because I went through the same thing. I came from the real world, okay, and I had the 1 foot in, 1 foot out thing. It's why the people I got along with most were Call of Duty players, right? Because they had the same experiences as me. We partied, we went out, we had the college life, we had the club life, and we gamed, right? So I understood that lingo, but I got in a lot of trouble for it, right? If you look at my speeches, I got banned. People said I'm sexist, misogynistic, because I spoke in that exact way. I assumed people were intelligent enough to understand the context in which I was saying these things. But the internet is not like that. The internet applies the worst case scenario, the worst possible context, and they will drill you for it.
You're fighting me he's good,
You're fighting ghosts. Nobody's saying that right now. We're not in that right now. We're talking.
This is why I could predict that he is talking in the real world on the internet. That's the issue. That's the disconnect.
You know, Trai, I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna say, you know whose fault that is? That is your fucking fault. I know why? Because you are a bad communicator. If you can't communicate your thought properly, so people understand it for what it is.
But now I can.
You are lacking skill in communication to make your point what it actually is. That is your problem.
Real quick. I want to respond to that. Then take it going. Okay. X, as you know now, I communicate very well. Now, when I make my speeches or when I make my points, I don't just explain the real world side. I explain the 1,700 different possible worlds it could be analyzed in, it could be perceived as, it could be perceived in. I explain it in every way possible because I have a platform now on the internet. So now I've become a better communicator, and I explain in every context. So yeah, that's my point is right now Tate is in his, it's the inception of it, right? On the internet from the real world. So that's the disconnect.
Tell me how it is. Say, Tate, I think you are a bad communicator of your takes and you are bad at dialogue. It's
not a bad communicator.
Tell him then.
X, it's not a bad communicator. What it is it's an unawareness of the internet type of person. Do you understand? When you're never on the internet, you don't know, I didn't know people like this existed. Do you understand? I didn't know they existed. So you can't fathom to even have the possible world to explain something in a way
or maybe the internet is aware, but he just doesn't give a fuck.
Okay.
Maybe that's the case too.
Trai, if you make a statement and you say women can't drive, okay, it doesn't matter what your audience is, right?
Have you seen Nick Poland's poll? Nick Poland's poll on Funniest Streamer. Do you know why that is? Because when I'm in person, I make jokes like that. I go, must be a woman driver that caused that accident. I make jokes like that. Do I think all women? No, women are better drivers than I am. I'm a shit driver as a man.
These are joking context, yeah.
That's why I'm asking. Is he just making that generalized kind of stereotypical joke, or is he truly a sexist? That's what I'm asking. I asked him. He said no. He said he's not a sexist. He's making that generalized joke statement.
Okay. Then when you don't have a dialogue with somebody and it's a monologue and you're alone and you go on camera and you say, women can't drive without no precision, without no saying, exception is exception, without going down the list of why it's a joke or whatever the fuck, you think it's a good thing? You think you're good at communicating?
Here's the part.
Women cannot drive.
Where I think he's wrong. No, here's the part. Wait. I got to respond to this. He's talking to me. I have a responsibility. Just trust me here. I apologize for interrupting you, but just hear me out here, okay? X, I believe, listen, I don't think he has the experience on the internet yet to understand why he is in the wrong I think there's a dramatization, right? I think he is intelligent and is aware of what he's doing. It's a dramatization for these dumb fucks in the chat that sit there and say, fuck yeah. It's a dramatization factor. That's all it is. So for that, I think it's wrong.
Statement like that, but instead
for that, I think it's wrong.
Hey, Trai,
for that, I agree with you, X.
Okay. Then if you're ready to prove your own point, then right about the severity of it. How about you make a same statement for the same topic, another one about black people? Go ahead, do it now. Do it.
Look at Tate face.
But why would we?
I made that point earlier. About the consistency argument.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If it's not bad, because it's a joke because it's.
I didn't say it's not bad. I said the dramatization of the too far jokes is for the dramatization to get people in. And I said that part is wrong. And I do have a consistency. You ask Nick Poland, in front of him, I make those jokes. I make all kinds of jokes about everything and everyone. Believe that. You ask Nick Poland, he'll go live right now and say I do.
Okay, I do. So why don't you ask Tate if you would say that about a race or something like that, a generalization like that about a joke about a race or ethnicity or something?
Right, listen.
You could have asked me now.
Let's understand my ethnicity. So I'm half black, half white, right? That's my ethnicity. So we understand my ethnicity. I made a joke an hour ago with one of my cousins because half my family's black, half my cousin's white, and he said he wanted to go free diving. It's where you dive down in the water and you go deep with no scuba equipment with the sharks or some shit. And I said, bro, that's what white people do that shit. I'm too brown for that. I'm not going with the sharks. I just made a joke. There. Oh no, cancel me. Who gives a fuck? When I make a statement, bro, listen, when I make a statement, maybe you do, maybe you have all the fucking time in the world to sit on the internet, my friend. But when I make a statement, I don't have time to say, in my personal experience, I don't believe women can drive. However, I understand that some women can drive, and I'm not saying all women can't drive, and I know women who can drive, but in my personal experience, the bad driving I've seen was most likely committed by women that I don't talk like a
crazy.
fucking geek.
He's
going crazy.
I say women can't drive.
going crazy.
Now,
I
if
can't
that
lie.
upsets
Oh,
geeks
shit.
like you, cool, whatever. Because geeks, I don't give a fuck. That's what I say.
Oh,
if it
fuck.
upsets people, tough. That's my personal experience. You're gonna have to get the fuck over it. That's
Then
life. And if you want to say I'm a bad communicator, once again, that's your prerogative. But I would disagree. I think I'm very good at communicating. It's the only reason I'm even fucking here. It's the only reason I'm even on the internet. It's because when I talk, people listen. So I must be doing something right.
I mean, it's easy to dog whistle to fucking misogynist. That's really easy. It's one of the easiest things out there. Preaching to the choir, that's so easy to get in following doing that. Hey, you hate women on these points and these points. It's gonna be easy to stack them up like fucking easy. Holy shit! I built a fucking world of a community based on being toxic. It's the easiest thing in the world. Way easier than being good and being nice.
I'm a very good, nice person.
Surely.
By saying that, I think that men are more capable of driving than women. It does not make me a bad person or a not nice person.
Okay.
It means that if I get in a car and it's snowing and it's late at night and it's dark, I'm gonna drive. I'm not gonna let some 18-year-old chick drive. I'm gonna fucking drive because I like staying alive. And let me tell you something.
Funny you bring that up because last time you talked about car accidents or whatever, and then you brought stats. You said that. well, it's because the males be doing more accidents because they're young, right? So even if your own example, right, you would actually prefer having a young female driver, not a young male, according to you. That's what you said last time on the fucking podcast. Then it is exactly what you said. I'm using your words against you. You said that, oh yeah, males do more crashes when you're young because they're young and excited, whatever. You just said, I wouldn't let a young girl drive my car. Then you would let.
Okay, old girl.
I'm just saying, be consistent about it.
Listen, let me tell you something, my friend. There's a cognitive dissonance. There's some serious damage that the internet's doing to society. I spoke about it on Adin Ross on his podcast, and I spoke about how the internet as a whole has changed the world. I'm old enough to see it. And one of the ways it's changed the world is when there are certain beliefs, there are certain paradigms which are not allowed to be punctured, certain parameters which are set by the matrix in which you must pretend certain things are true. People ignore their own eyes and their own ears because they are afraid of upsetting the matrix. And my point is that a person like you, and I mean this with respect, I'm not here to argue with you, this is a professional debate. A person like you whose entire income, personality, his importance, his ego, everything relies on a Twitch account. If you lose it, you ain't shit. If you lose it, you ain't shit. And the problem is that you could be in 10 car crashes driven by 10 different women, and you will still not come here and say women can't drive as well as men because you are afraid. You are not non-biased. You are sitting here inside of parameters that you must conform to or you don't exist. I don't give a fuck. That's the difference between you and me. That's why I say things other people don't.
I don't know what it means, the last part. I mean, you talk about the matrix and the systems or whatever the fuck, but the only reason why you're relevant or cool in the real world is because you have money. Talk about the matrix, the fucking currency, and you think you're the top G because of that? And it makes you more important than other people who have value to society?
I'm not only the top G because I have money. In fact, I think I talked about this with Adin Ross as well. I talked about how money is an amplifier. Money alone will not make you significant or important. I talked about how money will amplify. I was the before I was rich. I was the man before I was rich, and then I got rich on top. That's it's amplified me. That's all it's done. It hasn't changed who I am. There's plenty of people with lots of money who ain't shit.
Okay, so because of the vehicle of my message is Twitch, it's devalidated.
It's not that it's devaluated at all, my friend. I think that Twitch is a fantastic.
Invalidated.
And you're meeting lots and lots of people, and I'm here on Twitch as well myself. My point is that you exist inside of parameters.
Shut the fuck
the
up.
people who rely on the system will always fight to defend the system. The parameters are set in a way in which you cannot be completely and utterly honest, even if your personal experience tells you so. We don't even have to talk about driving. We can talk about anything. We can talk about the last 3 years where you walked around and didn't see a single sick person, and you had to pretend that you were supposed to be scared inside of your house because the parameters have told you if you say anything else, you lose your entire life, and your life is online. This is the reality. Not most people are not allowed to say what they think.
This works both ways, though. It's not because you have harsher takes and crazier takes that this doesn't apply to you. I feel like you preach to the choir to fucking incels. Literally, that's like your bread and butter.
Okay. Well,
so by extent, you try not to go against these opinions because you're gonna lose these people. Like that's just how it is.
So that's an interesting point of view, and we'll go into it in a second. But first things first, I want to clarify because, as I said, I'm a professional. This is a professional debate. My takes are not harsh or extreme. Every single man, every single sports club, every single football team, every single group of men sitting around having a drink will make a joke about how women can't drive. Every single fucking one. So to sit here and pretend I have some extreme view is bullshit. It may be extreme on the internet where people are afraid.
I broke internet, just lagged out.
Yeah, GG.
Oh my god, this is getting really good too. Hold on. I'm gonna say internet.
Yo, X, how you feeling during this halftime report? How you feeling about this conversation?
I'm okay. I just feel like
X, he's kind of debunking you right now. I'm not gonna lie.
He's not debunking.
I'm only questioning. I haven't even started making takes and saying things. I'm really just questioning.
He's not debunking X.
I'm questioning. I'm not even making statements yet.
He's not debunking X, but there's a couple points he brings up that I feel like I do preach about PG-13 streamers and the parameters set by Twitch and the general public that make the PG-13ers say things when I know for a fact they don't feel them, but they say them because they can't lose their job or their income from the
It's not mutually exclusive. You cannot prove a statement. You cannot prove a statement is being made because of the fucking loss of income or whatever the fuck. Because I would have way more proof.
No, not you though, but it doesn't apply to you, X. It doesn't apply to you. It applies to I preach it toward the PG-13ers, right? The ones that glue smiles on their fucking faces and act robotic and virtue signal on every fucking avenue, right? Like we know they're human beings at the end of the day. Right? Yeah, it's those that I preach that against, right? I don't think it's right. Like I think what he's saying about that is correct. I don't think it should be applied to you though, because I know you're just like me. You speak your fucking mind. If we get banned, we get banned. We eat that fucking ban, right?
Yeah,
we speak our minds.
In that regard,
there's nothing that you guys hold back at all. There's nothing.
Fuck no. Why would I?
Do you watch my streams, LosPollos? Do you watch them?
Dude, you know what? You know I watch your. I'm saying
those motherfuckers hate me, bro.
You're saying that there's nothing. I'm saying there's nothing that you've ever had to hold back on.
The only thing I hold back on are the jokes that Nick Pollum has said. If I could say on stream, I'd be the funniest streamer on the planet. It's my jokes. The jokes I hold back because the jokes are the only things I hold back. But my views and my opinions, I say them straight out and I'm hated.
Now, I for sure had to hold back on some of the jokes.
The reality is, when
I
you're
feel like we've all had to hold back on jokes and certain things.
Dude, we all hold back, bro. Come on, we all do.
Only for jokes.
Yeah, like if you're saying no, that's kind of like.
I mean, for jokes, not your opinion.
No. I say some crazy shit online.
I hold back inappropriate shit. Like sometimes I want to scratch my balls and pull my cock out because I like having my balls out sometimes when I'm off stream. I don't pull my balls out on stream. So yeah, I am holding back, I guess, but not in ways that are not morally or fucking like don't align. Like I don't know.
Political views, my opinions on others, I don't hold back. Jokes, yes, sexist jokes, borderline racist jokes, yes, I hold those back because we live in a society. And before the chat. Listen, chat, y'all got no right. Y'all got no right to sit here and say, why do you hold back on jokes? You are the ones that cancel all of us for it. You're the ones that cancel all of us for it.
That's true.
To be honest.
You cancel us for it.
You're the ones.
Don't sit there and say WKLX. You cancel us.
Okay, I agree. I even agree even more. Sometimes I feel like I'm about to make a joke that I heard one day, and I don't even know what the foundation of that joke is. I just want to say it to farmer lols, right? I want to be a funny moment for others, and I don't fucking understand the joke. I want to say that. Of course I can't, because you're gonna get canceled, whatnot, right?
But so then you do hold shit back, though. You do.
So I guess yeah, you do hold shit back. Sometimes I want to fucking jerk off, and I don't do it on stream because I get banned. So yeah, I'm holding back.
Bro.
Nah, not back. No. He's saying like shit.
Why would you have the impulse to jerk off on stream? That's not the same as telling a joke.
Example. He's giving an example, bro.
I'm just saying, like.
Well, it's not whataboutism either. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that you do hold back that are inappropriate. Just like in the real world, when you have a real conversation with somebody, you hold back certain things.
It's not about being inappropriate. It's more
but I've never been having a conversation with someone and wanted to jerk off. Like I'm not a psycho.
I go to a party. Okay, I go to a party and I meet this group of people, and this girl has gigantic titties, and I'm a big titty guy. I look at it. I want to say, oh my god, these are huge tits. I like them a lot. I want to say that. Yeah, okay. Well, so what? What's that? I don't say that ever.
Fucking horny fuck.
So I am holding back.
Oh my god, why are you so horny, bro?
I don't know.
No, hold on. That's different though.
Every example you're giving is so horny.
Listen, there's holding back.
Gosh.
There's holding back because of maturity, situational awareness, context, shit like that, right? And there's holding back because of society's current day closed-minded awareness that they believe is woke, right? Like those are the two differences, right? Jerking off or telling a chick she has fat titties and you want to suck them, like that's a maturity thing. You hold back because you know it's not appropriate and it's not respectful, right? That has nothing to do with being real or fake. That's why real and fake when you grow up is not black and white like it is when you're fucking 15 years old. And that's why a lot of the chat can't understand that, right? What we're talking about are parameters that cause certain streamers to be censored because they'll get deplatformed, and the main viewer bases will try to destroy them and rip them apart. Two different things.
I've talked to Destiny about this, and he had a very good point about this. Okay, I'll tell you why this shit works like that. Okay, I've preached about this before, and I said it once. I'll say it again. Okay, the problem with these things, okay, is that when you have people that are literally anti-woman or anti whatever race or whatever, right? And you make certain statements, right, that you know somehow are intricate and funny in a way, and you have to explain, right? And you think that you're saying, "Oh, dude, woman can't drive," ha? And the chat says, "Ha ha ha." People say, "Ha," but you know for a fact, a decent portion of people out there are like, "Yeah, they can't drive, fucking women," right?
He gave you trauma.
No, don't give a fuck. That's how it is. You are literally empowering people that are dog shit, validating them, making it do more, and you are empowered by that. That's the problem.
That's
it has a good, and as an influencer or as a platform, you're empowering that. You're giving them validity. That's the problem.
There's two things that need to be made clear, though. Okay.
When you say, "Oh, just slap that fucking woman," yeah, fuck the woman.
That's too far. First of all, that's too far. First of all, second of all, hold on.
But it was a joke, guys. But it was
hold on.
But it was a joke. We're all good. We're all good though.
Hold on. I want to say this, okay? So there's two things that need to be made clear, okay? Yes, you're right in that sense. I think there needs to be a responsibility to explain the context like I do and that like I've learned to now, right? But the second thing that needs to be made clear is this is a story as old as fucking time, okay? All of us can relate to this back in class, right? If the teacher gave us, let's say, no fucking test today, there was always that one dumb motherfucker, that fucking fat fucking cocksucker that ruined it for everybody, fucking did something or said something, and the teacher's like, "Oh, he ruined it. Test for everybody." So listen, here's what needs to be made clear. It's not that the majority of who he's preaching to are incels. It's that there is going to be a small percentage of incels that don't understand what the majority of the group that's listening to him, he doesn't understand the context of it because he is actually an incel. He is actually a sexist, right?
Exactly.
That small percentage.
Yes.
So here's the thing. It's not that he's preaching to a general huge population of incels. It's that he has to go above and beyond and ruin the time of the greater population that understands it's a joke,
worrying about
and be clear for the small percentage of incels and actual sexists.
If that's what you understand? If that's what we have to do to stop, if that's the caution it takes in your dialogue to prevent people from doing crazy shit out there, right? Then so fucking be it. If that's the price,
and that's the part where I agree with
you. And batting less abuse in the fucking households, then so fucking be it.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That. Listen, if those people are already like that,
X is right.
And they're gonna be like that no matter what, bro.
But listen,
Los, it doesn't matter if Tate is saying something or not.
Los, listen. Los, listen. X is right, okay? All Tate has to do is add one line in there that gives that hint where he doesn't support that extreme sexism. That's it. You just make it clear you're not supporting sexism or misogyny. You make that clear, and the jokes are not going to be taken this way by people like X or whoever else. That's it. You just add one line in there, and that's it. If you don't add that, listen. If you don't, wait, real quick, X. If you don't. Here's the part I don't agree with, okay? If you don't add that line, listen, Tate clearly is smart enough and aware enough and has gone through enough in life to understand when you don't add that line, you're going to get more viewers. Do you understand? So he doesn't want to give that line, not because he believes he's not doing what we're saying he's doing. He doesn't want to give that extra line because he's going to lose maybe 2% viewership, and he doesn't want to lose that. Do you understand? And that is the issue I have.
Exactly. It's why I thought it was ironic that he speaks of the Matrix when it comes down to us losing income, whatever the fuck. When he actually partakes in that Matrix for the attention or money that he gets with his rants, knowing very well that he doesn't mean it in a certain way, but gains more by saying that to the people who are like that. He's part of that same Matrix. He's like delusional that he doesn't. That's delusional.
Yeah, but it's like an illusion. Like he doesn't want to lose the illusion. Like,
oh, listen,
and he's deluded and needs some help. Like
there's certain points.
He knows what he just doesn't care enough.
Then when he comes back into the call, tell him you're a clown and you're acting in ways to gain. And you're part of the Matrix, then fuck. Same. Tell him.
The shit that you said about like, oh, what about Borat, who's like clearly like an offensive character.
Yes.
But like, it's like for entertainment. Like, why can't we just look at this guy as like just entertainment? Why does it have to be so deeply dissected? Like, it's not. He's not.
If
it's
he
not
was
real.
like that for entertainment, he wouldn't be here then.
What do you mean?
No. What do you mean?
Because
like me personally, I look at it. I don't watch a religion, but I look at it as I don't take this nigga serious. It's entertainment. Since he's entertainment, I do not care enough to fucking
positive as you, bro. It's facts. Not everybody can be as positive.
What you just said is 100% true.
Positivity.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's a character, bro.
He's a character, and it's like, don't get baited into
then let's
being toxic.
Then let's not even be here and just call
okay.
There's thousands
of millions of people like you spreading a good message, and me seeing Tate troll or whatever the fuck he's doing, I'm not gonna feel the need to like, oh my god, you're a fucking terrible person.
Okay, then I'd rather spend my time doing other shit than empower fake dog shit messages that are translating into comedy for entertainment.
Yes, that's why we have you.
Wait, I'll give a good example.
I will lose on it. I don't give a fuck.
Wait. I'll give a great example.
I don't need it.
That's why we have you to watch you to when we want to be serious and we're being dead ass. We listen to a nigga like a motherfucker like XQC.
Yeah. Hey, I have a good example. The same actor who did Borat, he has a show called like This Is America or something, right?
Yes.
And he has like 4 different characters. Yes. That are clearly like psychotic. Like there's like a racist dude. There's like a guy who loves guns and all this stuff, right? He's playing a character for entertainment.
When I'm in an edgy, trolly mood, I might
nobody's like mad at him because there's like, dude. But I get what you're saying. You could like, you don't know if Tate is like himself or playing a character. That's why you even are wanting to debate him.
Okay, you're comparing that you're literally comparing like a pro with his entire life went to comedy school, some shit. The whole thing's comedy. He does skits for big corporate companies and makes a dark joke about Asian people, whatever the fuck. You're comparing that guy to the Modern Warfare 2 lobby guy that says no. And you're comparing these two guys like, oh yeah, that was the joke though. What this guy in my Modern Warfare lobby, such a comedian. What a good
intricate joke. But Tate is not just in a Modern Warfare lobby, bro. He's on podcasts and show and. He's not a random guy.
What? Yes, in those topics, in those area, is he known to fucking debate to a high degree with intellectual people?
He's becoming known, dude. How did he get known? How did we all see it? We all saw a clip of him saying some crazy shit, and then and people laughed at it. That's how we all have first seen this guy.
To be fair to X's argument, I actually saw him the first time ever on Adin's stream last stream.
I'm not gonna lie, me too.
That's my first time.
Okay.
And what was he talking about? He was saying
your first time ever hearing about Tate.
That was my first time. No, not hearing. Because everyone in my chat goes, "Oh, you're literally Twitch's version of Tate," and I used to take it as because all I used to hear was like incel this, incel that. I'm like, the fuck you guys talking about, right? So the first time I actually heard him speak was on your stream, but I've heard his name because people compare me to him for some reason.
Right.
Guys. This to me, this show you could call it at 5 a.m. in the morning. To me, that's like a little bit of a behind the scenes. Okay, I'm not talking to chat. I'm not doing Christian to entertain them. I'm not doing the monkey dance. Okay, we're just here fucking talking. To me, that's the behind the scenes. When you say that Borat guy, he goes on the news often, right? And he has interviews. Does he go on crazy, insane rants like that? No. He shows up and talks like a fucking normal motherfucking human being and says normal shit. And says, that character is very racist. Yeah, it's my character. I work on that. I did research for that. I do that for a fucking living. But right now I'm talking about, and to me, I would expect when he comes here, he's just talking. But you guys say, oh no, he's going on crazy rants because it's a character. What the fuck is that? It's not.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by the monkey dance? What do you mean by the monkey dance? What do you mean by that?
Hold on, Top G is back. Hold on.
Yo.
Yeah. What's up, Top G?
You just fucking go for a run, bro.
Something's wrong with my internet. I don't know why.
It's broke.
Is there bad Wi-Fi over there?
It's that broke boy.
Brokey internet.
It is.
Can you hear me now, though? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we?
I don't remember. It was fuck. Again, reiterate because we were talking when you went out there.
I believe before he lagged out, you were giving the example of how before he gave the example that the male accidents that are high are young males, and he gave an example that he wouldn't hop in a car with an 18-year-old chick, and you said that he's countering or he's being hypocritical and being contradictory to his previous statement that young men cause accidents. The majority of male accidents.
Georgiana.
Is that your maid?
No, it's a masseuse. Georgiana, can you bring my sunglasses, please? I don't know where they are.
Yo, she's like, why is he talking to me like that? He didn't talk to me like that off camera, bro. What the fuck?
So what were we talking about?
That's fact. Yeah, he definitely apologizes to her and says, "I love you."
Yo, be real. When the camera goes off, your apology like, "Yo, I'm sorry, I'm speaking to you that way."
He loves her and takes care of her off camera. None of this shit.
I'm gonna give you a good tip today. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Dude, that internet lag, that's what could set this skit up for sure.
Wait, who that? Wait, who that?
Yeah, we're down the right. We're down the right.
Yeah, we got it. Oh, no.
Oh my God, who is that?
Yo,
Never mind. You got no.
Yo, X, cover your eyes, bro. Come on, man. Oh, hey! Chat, you hear that? Yeah.
So what were we arguing about?
Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy, bro. This nigga swear he cool as shit, bro.
This man's a GTA character.
Bro, look at this nigga, bro.
Well, it's not organized. I had the massage planned, but Adin messaged me. So obviously she has to do it while I work. That's how it goes.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what we're arguing about. I don't know. I think we're going off the deep end. Yeah, but I think you said something about the Matrix, and you said the my income depends on me acting a certain way. So I preach the choir type of shit. When I said that I genuinely think that you have your own Matrix in that regard, and you do the same for your views and your things. That's how it is.
Well, I think that different people appeal to different people. That's fine. That wasn't the point I was making at all. The point I was making at all is that you are not allowed to have a controversial opinion. I am. That's the point I was making. The point I was making is that I do not need the internet to be rich or to be significant. So I don't give a fuck. I've been banned 1,000 times. I'll be banned 1,000 times more. And it doesn't even cross my mind. My point is, respectfully, if you were to conclude through your own personal experiences, if you were to come to a conclusion which you know the parameters of the Matrix is controversial, you still wouldn't even fucking say it. Because it's all risk and no reward for you. That's why I'm saying that for you to sit here and disagree with everything I say, I understand why you're doing it. Okay. I also understand why you will ignore your own eyes, your own ears, and your own personal experiences. You'll ignore them completely because it doesn't benefit you to talk the truth. You will sit here and you will repeat the new thing, the new speech. You will say what you were supposed to say. That is we all have different.
Oh my God, bro.
Yo, this motherfucker.
Damn. Bro,
this motherfucker
why did he just
getting
go
hot.
Bro, why is his internet so fucking bad?
He lives at RPT.
What's that?
He lives at RPT.
I know what that is, RPT.
Yo.
Well, we can't see anymore. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna argue that what he's saying it just doesn't really make sense. Like it's like
XQ, are you the one booting him?
The RPT Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Dude, I think that you're trying to argue with him and it'll never work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Because he's never gonna sit there and like admit like, oh, you're right. Like that's not his character. He's never gonna say you're right.
I ain't gonna lie. I think you
like I said,
polar opposites. Like you guys are
and
just
basically his own thing is.
If we know it's the character, why are we even here and talking about this shit? We should talk about how women should do this and that and have fun with some bullshit fucking comedy skit. And why the fuck are we doing this anyway then?
I mean, his whole thing right now is like he's free and he's not held by the restraints by the internet and shit. He can say what he wants. Every time I win an argument,
you only say this argument for entertainment, and because it's content or wacky or whatever the fuck.
But what if it's not for entertainment though?
Oh man, I mean, Lowe's said it absolutely 100 it was. So why bother?
I mean, I thought all of this is supposed to be entertainment, like everything,
I mean,
like everything.
It's entertaining in its own way. The fact that it's kind of real to a certain point, it also makes it even more entertaining.
Yeah, it is kind of like I believe Tate believes all this shit, but all the extra shocking fucking clips that you see, it's entertainment. Like it's pure entertainment. But what he's speaking right now, like he truly feels this shit.
Exaggeration of the truth. Like it's a big exaggeration of his truth.
Like I said, the fact that it has a portion of real, right, or a good amount of it, it's what's even more entertaining. That's kind of how it works. Why is a prank good to watch on YouTube? Because it's real. The faker the pranks get, the less it's consumable, and you like watching it. And a fucking story. has to be somewhat authentic, right? Except you're saying that this guy's entire rants and all of his takes are all prefabricated for maximum entertainment, and none of it is real, which I think is a complete fucking. It's an absolute oversight.
The Matrix doesn't want me to. Can't you see?
You can see, yeah.
Someone's shutting me down.
No, Andrew's saying that the Matrix, which I agree, does not want him to talk. I agree because like it's shutting him down all the time.
W translator, Adin, W translator, bro.
I'm not dick sucking, Soki. Somebody's stopping the fucking connection.
You're putting it all in there, bro.
Shut up, Adin.
Okay,
dumb shit, bro.
Telling you, it's agents.
Maybe we could talk about another topic, and then maybe it's gonna be less controversial and be less Matrixers somehow.
Less.
Well, I don't get it.
To discuss anything. I was told that you disagree with everything I say, so I'm just here to.
Yeah, most things. I mean, some of the motivational shit or whatever the fuck, it's like reiterated stuff that you hear on fucking billionaire self-help books or some shit, which are fine. I think I agree with a lot of them. I'm not gonna fucking dick ride and say that I agree with the rest of them, because that's what people do, you know. Say a lot of true shit and you slip some dog shit in the middle, and then people will take it as a truth, which is fair.
Well, I don't try and slip dog shit into my views. My views are my views, and they're based on my personal experiences, and I don't try and slip dog shit in. I don't attempt to do that on purpose. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with everything someone says either. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with people. The internet's, like I said, I'm new to all this space. It's weird. It's a weird place. Like if I were to come along and say I 100% agree with all of the things that X man says, people are going to insult me for that. I'm not saying I agree with every single thing about his being, but the things he says on the internet, I may agree with all of them. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I see. I also agree with that. I also agree that this new the thing of meta of saying, "Oh, dick right" or whatever, because you generally agree with all the takes. It just so happened
that's
to it.
Fucking brain dead chat, bro.
That's fucking stupid. I also
brain
agree.
dead
okay,
fucking
but,
Twitter and chat.
Other than that, though,
the internet.
I just feel like a lot of times, like I said, I agree with some of your good takes, right, about things that are motivational, whatever the fuck, right? Whenever you just slip in some garbage, right? It happens a lot. And
hold on, X, you might have.
Yo, Tate. Yo, Tate, look at him. Look at him, bro. He's done, bro.
Look at him, bro.
He's done, bro. He's having the time of his fucking life in that image, bro.
He's having the time of his life.
Hey, man.
Angelado X.
What?
That's cap, bro. Like if you like that's what I'm saying. Like Adin will deliberately agree with anything a certain person says, and that's dick rider, bro.
It's why I'm here. So I'm here to bring up a balance.
How am I dick riding? What did I say tonight that was dick riding?
Because last time
you just said that the Matrix doesn't want him to, bro.
Bro, I'm trolling, bro. Like, do I really think the Matrix is stopping this shit? No. Bro, I'm trolling, bro. Come on.
No, not. I think even last time in the fucking dating show, whatever the fuck. A lot of times, you are kind of dick riding it. When you nod your head and you say yes, it's kind of like soft, but it's still there.
I feel like Adin is just easily. I feel like Adin just easily persuaded.
Yes,
I think the motherfucker talking just has to sound like he knows what he's talking about. And Adin be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, bro, I don't mind Adin. I think he does it so the people fucking give a stream entertainment, motherfucker. Okay, I'm sure he doesn't like some of the songs of some of the rappers that come on the stream a lot. And he thinks they're dog shit songs, right? Because they're good and WWW, so they come on the show and they fucking talk him for a little bit. Okay, and that's okay too. I don't see a problem with that. That's fine.
Dick rider, XQC, that is a form of dick rider. If you personally think a rapper is trash,
yeah,
and you still bring him on the platform because your fans think it's fire, that's dick riding.
It's why I don't do that, because I would assume a person that
he's not coming back. He said tonight though. He said tonight though.
Okay, a person. Okay, so why my takes about music
it is
clear. This guy makes bad songs, and I like his music. And you know what? You know, dude. I would appreciate it if they would still come on the stream to talk about other shit or about the music or whatever.
Yeah,
still a good conversation.
To be fair,
I'm not bringing no rapper on my stream that I think the music is trash, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Hold on.
What do we need to talk about?
Unless if it's to debate about the trash music, I wouldn't know.
Nah, that is so.
Disagree.
That is so inexperienced. That is so young. Listen,
bro,
a rapper isn't just his music. You could like the dude as a person and just not fuck with his music.
That's different,
right?
Okay, yeah, that's different.
Talking to somebody who's successful in his own field and his own way is interesting.
But if you clearly don't like their music and then you get in the stream, oh my god, they're so fine.
Play me some of your new shit. You fucking with it like, oh.
No, I can't lie to my. You can't lie.
He said he's gonna try one more time. Hold on.
I gonna lie, I'm gonna holla at y'all though. I'm about to go to sleep. I ain't gonna lie. I'm too tired.
I need to, bro. I need to, bro.
I'm gonna appreciate. I appreciate y'all.
Bro, you staying? I can get it back in.
Yeah.
You staying?
Yeah, bro. Well, I wish you guys understood how many teams I've made for tournaments with people that I actually think that are bad players or bad streamers, and I tell them I don't give a fuck. Also, the problem is I don't watch or consume your content because I don't enjoy it. Why did you take that as a personal attack? Oh my god, every people that's around in my industry need to like my shit and like watching my bro. Why do you have to? You don't. People have very specific takes. I would feel insulted if somebody came in here and said you like my content just to connect with me, right? Just to connect with me, they said they like my shit. I'm more insulted by that than somebody who's saying that they don't like my content.
I mean, what you're saying is true.
I think it's more so like, let's say I don't like Drake music and Drake wants to be on my stream. I'm not gonna change up. Yo, I like Drake music. I'm like, no, he's still kind of mid to me, but we could talk about it on the stream. We could talk about it.
Wait, who's mid to you? Wait, you broke up a little bit. Who's mid to you?
Drake is not mid. Drake isn't mid. I was just a hypothetical. Drake isn't mid.
Okay. I was just checking.
Hypothetical, you know.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Like last time I spoke with him, was it Lil Uzi, Vert, everyone on the stream. I talked to him a little bit, right? And some of his songs, I fucking love them. Some of his songs, I don't like them at all. I don't even listen to it twice. I don't even listen to half.
Uzi does not make bad songs. Name one.
I think some of them are pretty bad.
Okay.
And a story.
Uzi has some. Okay, you're not gonna say every Uzi song is good.
Uzi got misses, but they're not bad.
Most of his songs are good.
Yeah, most of his
songs. If I don't listen to your song twice, in my opinion, it is not a good song in my perspective. And a story doesn't mean that. It's a miss. No, a miss to me is not a good song. If it's a miss, it's not a good song.
Yeah, not miss. I use the wrong word. Mid. Mid's the word I use. Mid.
So you don't think Uzi has a single miss? Like, oh, that shit was actually trash. I can't listen to that ever again.
Of course. No, not trash. I'm gonna be honest. I love Uzi. Like one of my favorite artists. I'm very biased. Like J. Cole, like Travis, like Drake. I'm very biased when it comes to those artists. I'll be honest, Drake's newest album, I didn't like it that much. I like 2 songs off it. So, what about you?
I liked it a lot. I liked a bunch of songs off of it. And you know what? A lot of his other shit from the past, I didn't like it. Chat knows this. I didn't like his old songs. A bunch of them. But some of them that go into like a start from the bottom. Now I always hated that song. A lot of his popular songs, I don't like. A lot of his new stuff, I actually like for once. So who cares?
Drake's last album, I feel like it's just really good beats and really good background music and shit. I'm used to a lot of quality.
It's good for like clubs and
sonically, all type of different ways. Not just this is a fire beat and a fire fucking rhythm, right? Like, nah, it was too. For Drake standards, it wasn't giving me what I need.
Okay, well, a lot of rap music I don't like. A lot of hip hop music I don't like you guys like them. I like a lot of stuff, and I like a lot of it more like fucking EDM shit sometimes, and I have other tastes. And that album was a cool mix, and it was like a breath of fresh air into what I didn't know Drake did, and I enjoyed it for that. For that effect, I enjoyed it, and to me, that's enough to make a good album.
Have you been to a rave, X?
Yeah, I used to go rave all the time when I was 18.
Concerts.
All the time, like crazy amounts.
That's fire.
Nah, but I mean, shit.
I used to go to after hours all the time. Things that start at 3 a.m. and at noon.
Damn, hell no. What?
That's crazy. What the fuck? Wait, 3 in the morning to noon?
They start at 3 a.m. and they close at noon.
Bro, have you heard the story of me doing meth?
Huh?
Bro, I stayed up 7 days. 7 days.
What did you feel?
Green, you've done meth.
Is this
back when I was 20. Back when I was 20 years old.
You did it. You did it once.
Yeah, I was hooked on heroin for 4 years, and I did meth once. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. But dude, meth was crazy. Listen, bro. Here's what happened. Okay, but guys, don't do drugs ever. But pretty much, listen. Here's how you know that shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
So it was like, I still mix up the days a little bit, but you'll pretty much get the gist of it. Okay, so like Thursday night, 2 a.m. ish, we smoke some meth. Go to the casino, do whatever the fuck, right?
Wait, what? Smoke what?
Meth. Hear me out. Listen. I remember coming back home at like 6 a.m. or some shit, right? And this dude puts on the worst possible game you could on PlayStation, right? He puts on like MLB. So we're playing MLB on PlayStation, right? We're playing, and all I remember is I decide to get up go outside and check my phone just to kind of stretch a little bit because he had this tiny apartment. I have like 180 missed calls. And I check my phone, I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I have all these missed calls? You know, I'm thinking maybe it's, you know, Friday in the middle of the day. Nah. It was Tuesday the next week. I sat there and played MLB for like 6 days straight.
What?
6 days straight, no food, a little bit of water, and that's it, dude. Like, it was nuts. Maybe a couple snacks in between. I played MLB on PlayStation for 6 days. If any of you have played MLB on PlayStation, you know that's a boring ass fucking game. So if you can play it for 6 days and not notice, you know how fucked up we were.
Hey, that game could be kind of fun if you play against somebody, though.
Not 6 days straight.
Not 6 days.
Yeah, okay, not 6 days. Yeah.
When we talking 6 days, like
Jesus Christ,
you're not falling asleep.
Not on meth, brother. We were hitting that pipe every fucking like 10 minutes.
What the fuck?
You kidding me, bro? We were twisting that thing like, you know, real pro style.
Oh, nah.
Jesus, man.
Bro, I was 20 years old, bro. Like I had just come off heroin, you know. I did that shit, did a little quick speedball.
We said call.
A lot of people don't know this about me. Like I've been like, trust me, I've had my experiences and my, you know, I've been on the bad parts of, you know, life. That's, you know, kind of how I've become who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a little pussy. I haven't tried a drug in my life.
Well, you shouldn't.
Which drug?
6 days, though, man.
Wait, you never had weed? You never tried weed?
Not yet.
Trai, I thought you were gonna say something like Addy shit where you fucking double down and you're fucking doing like your room and like clean the whole room in your mom's room and you went to the basement and start fucking clean the bin and you fucking rebuild the entire fucking room set, dude.
Train like 3 years ago.
Train like 3 years though.
3 years ago when I first graduated and I first moved to LA. Like I remember I was outside of this like club. Yeah. And I hit someone's weed and they like put shit in it, bro. And I got laced like
what,
bad.
like some White Widow or some shit, like some cocaine?
It was coke.
Finally.
Look at this guy, bro.
That's not White Widow right there.
And Benny, I think it's called. It's just, it makes you tired. It's like a whatever. But the point is, I was so young, just tripping the fuck out, bro. Like, and that's what, like, it's crazy. Like that shit was like really scary for me. I was like, really, I had a bad anxiety attack. It was fucked up.
I can add the lady if she's a paid actor. Do you think she's a paid actor?
Andrew.
Yo, Adin, Andrew, honestly, give me your masseuse's Bitcoin address. I'll send her like 100 grand. She'll never have to do that again.
Do you have Bitcoin? Bitcoin, you know what Bitcoin is? You don't have? I'm going to set you up because this baller here is going to send you 100 grand. I know he wouldn't lie online.
I wouldn't lie. See, he thinks. Yeah. He thinks. Oh man, you have no idea.
I hope not. Like I would respect very much.
He thought that I was fucking around trying to man up. I'll do it.
That would change her life, and I would love to see that. That would make me very happy.
Baby. I got it. Set her up. Just make sure it's going to her, not you or anyone else.
Bro, please. She's giving you great massages. Why don't you change her life, bro? Come on, man.
But do you have any family members or children who understand Bitcoin? Your children have Bitcoin? Nothing?
Bro, if you set her up an account and like cash it out for her and like somehow set up a bank, like I'll send extra just for that. Like if you have an assistant or someone that can do that, I'll happily take. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll get someone on it now.
All right, add me on Discord. We'll get this done for her. I'm down.
All right, awesome.
All right, cool.
As for the internet, it's something that's happening on the street because there's people out in the street complaining. So it's the whole street, the internet.
Yo, just for the record, I can't add you. You don't accept friend requests. Just add me, and then I'll accept you. Cool. And we'll get this done.
Cool. I'm gonna lose my masseuse, but it's fine.
Nah, she won't leave you. If anything, she'll love you more for this because this is the opportunity given, right? You brought her on the platform, and I gave her 100,000.
You're right, but I don't have a clue how to add people as friends, bro. I'm an old man.
You see that big ass nose right there? That big ass nose picture? Just click that right there. Right click it. Go to profile and then go to send friend request.
The one that says train wreck. Right click on.
Bro, I have a question. Right. Bro, how did you start and how did you make money?
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, he's fucking fit. Oh, okay. Yeah, how'd you become the richest man on the planet? Trillionaire or some shit?
A trillionaire.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
So I was a kickboxer for a long time. I was fighting for money. There's not that much money in kickboxing. And then my first serious entrepreneurial, I mean, I ran lots of businesses, did this, did that. Some things
like what?
You can't. Everything, man. I had a normal job for a while when I was kickboxing and I did some different things and I did some things I shouldn't have done and blah, blah, blah. And was in jail for a little while and got out, and then I opened up a webcam company. I had girls sitting on the internet talking to men, and I ended up scaling that up to having 75 women working for me. That's how I first made millions of dollars.
Fucking porn website, fire.
Damn, what the fuck?
You don't know this story? This is like my most known story online. You don't know this?
You never told it to me.
It's a really long story, and I've told it. I've told it very, very well on some other podcasts. But the short version of it was, I got in some debt to some dangerous men, and I needed money fast. And I was sitting in my room trying to work out a way to make money, because at the time I was only fighting, and I didn't have a fight coming up for a while, and I was researching how money works. Like, I was trying to understand how money works, where it comes from. This is where I learned about the Federal Reserve and fractional reserve banking and all these things. So, interesting point he made earlier about, you know, the matrix and its currency and how it's all a lie. I understand all that very well. But that really made me mad, because now I understand money's bullshit and I still don't have any. And I was really upset. And I was sitting there with a piece of paper trying to write down my assets and my liabilities, and, like, you know, trying to write down all the geek shit they tell you. And for assets, I wrote down that obviously, you know, I'm strong, but I'm already fighting. I'm brave, but I'm already fighting. I had all these girlfriends, but I thought, well, I can't afford to open a strip club. I'm not going to put them out on the track. I'm not that kind of guy. They're my girls. And then I discovered by accident, when I was clicking around on these websites, I saw those things in the corner, you know, talk to live girls now. And I thought, well, my girls could do that. And long story short, I ended up with 75 women and 4 premises and making $1.4 million a month. And that's how it all started. That was about 10 years ago.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's an in-depth version of it, but that's the story. And people listen to that and they seem to think that for some reason I was exploitative, but it's absolutely the opposite. I'm a feminist, bro. I empower women to make as much money as they want to make, and I help them do it. I'm here, and
as long as it's for you.
My niggas,
right?
It's for them. Use a pimp.
It's for them.
So look, X. This is what I wanted to actually ask the question, because I know it was a question that you had. Hold on, Andrew. The one of the takes that you made on my stream about that you should take 100% of, you know, your girls' OnlyFans. I know, X, you felt some type of way about that. Andrew,
I mean, they said that you were joking 100%, and you weren't joking. So I assumed that you were joking, but I still hold this take that you weren't.
Well, it depends, right? So if it's a girl who were to come to me and say, Andrew, I would like you to help me make money on OnlyFans, and they would come to me for my marketing expertise, then of course it would be a fair deviation. I make 20%, 30%, whatever. That's different. But if it's my girlfriend, my long-term partner, and we're going to be together forever, and she decides to go down that particular career path, I think I should have a much larger stake, because she is my girl, and she is now giving away some of the most private and intimate parts of her body to the internet. Those parts of her body belong to me effectively, because she's my woman. That's the whole point of being with somebody. So to pretend that she's going to do that and make a bunch of money and give me nothing I find that disrespectful. I would sooner tell her, look, you're not doing OnlyFans, and she would obviously.
So I called it then that you weren't actually joking. It was an actual true statement, right?
Yeah, if I had a serious long-term girlfriend, and me and her are together and we're going to be together forever, and she says, I'm desperate to do OnlyFans, I say, you don't need to, we're rich. She goes, no, I really, really want to. I say, okay, the money's mine then.
We can disintegrate. We can dismantle these statements into one at a, like small rocks. We can approach them one at a time, right? Because there's a lot that, respectfully, okay. I think there's a lot of parts of that are garbage, right? But I don't want to say something at the whole rock, and we have to do small rock pebble at a time, you know, right? So also this motherfucker can laugh over here. You see it next to me, Los Polos. He's laughing, but he said you were trolling, so you were joking 100%. He's holding his tongue right now because he's gonna be right. But he said you were wrong 100% about this, and so wrong that you were joking. So I don't know why he's holding his tongue right now.
Wait, what did I do?
It's a very particular scenario, right? You have to understand that the scenario in which I would take 100% is a very, very particular one. In general, when I had my business, and I know you're saying that they only made money for me, they made money for themselves. I turned girls. I would actually sit here and say, as the biggest misogynist on this panel, I've turned more girls into multimillionaires than any of you. I've made girls multi-millionaires. This is 10 years ago at the beginning of all this shit, before OnlyFans, when webcamming was new. I took girls from Starbucks and made them millions and millions and millions of dollars and paid them fairly, never missed a single paycheck.
Okay.
I'm as feminist as you can get. Now, yeah, I got
like I said, I don't. Okay, no disrespect once again. Okay, I just feel like this is like the type of argument that goes like, I have 3 friends that are black when making certain comments or whatever. So I don't. Unfortunately, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
I don't get mad at you.
Okay. Well, respectfully, I think that is genuinely the same vibe, energy comments, right? Oh, I can't be against women because I helped 4 or 5 of them. Oh, no, I'm not against women because I made a couple of them millionaire or whatever the fuck, right?
It's not about being against women. I'm saying that the whole was a net positive for both me and the females. So you misunderstood my point. You think I'm making a different point, and that's why you've come to that conclusion. The point I'm making is that everybody who worked for me won. The only person who lost was the guy sending his money away online. That's fine. But for everyone who was associated with me, it wasn't exploitative because you made it sound like I only did it for me. No, the women who worked for me also made millions of dollars. Everybody who was associated won. Everyone won. All of them.
Yeah, for business activities or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't talking about that at all. All I meant was fuck it. Let's just skip this tangent.
OnlyFans.
Let's just go back to the main argument you said. So I have more of a stake. So you think that in a relationship you have a certain stake on your partner's income based on what that income comes from.
Well, depending on how they make it, absolutely. I think that in a relationship with a woman, if the man is with that woman, the main reason he knows he's with her is the fact that she is sexually exclusive to him. If you're with a woman and she's fucking everyone, are you even with her? No. How do you know she's even yours? Because she only sleeps with you, right? Well, if all of her intimate parts are now for everybody and they're purchasable, then I think you have a stake in said parts because those parts belong to you. She gives them to you when she decides to be a woman.
So there's a price that you're taxing your loss of privacy.
That's a way you could put it. I mean, personally, if my woman were to come to me and say she wanted to do OnlyFans, I'd just say no because I'm not. And she wouldn't.
Then.
But example.
Okay, yeah. I mean, respectfully, let's have let's try to upscale that discussion and see what kind of stake would you need for your girl to suck another guy's dick.
I would never tolerate that on any level. So that's too far. But
there's a price for the pictures and the loss of intimacy.
Correct.
For me, it's a black and white thing. This is scalable. Once you lose a certain amount, you can lose more of it, right?
I understand what you're saying, but to me, it's not black because pixelated pictures on the internet are very different than sucking an actual dick. So I would never let my girls be prostitutes. None of the girls who ever worked for me ever prostituted. I've never associated with a prostitute. I don't associate with porn stars, none of that kind of shit. But I had very wholesome girls with pictures of their titties on the internet 10 years ago who made themselves millionaires, yes. And now they are happily married with somebody or whatever. Or some of them are still with me. It doesn't matter. But I was never like getting girls to prostitute or hardcore pimping along that line. I used the word pimp because I had a lot of women who worked for me and they were all beautiful and it sounds cool. But truthfully, I don't even really see myself in that regard. Cool. I think I'm less of a pimp than most corporations. The girls who work for me 50%. You don't get 50% of the cash register when you work at McDonald's.
Okay, people can be pimps and companies can be pimps to a certain level, right? Which has anything to do with you being a certain level of a pimp. I think if your girl is doing something, an activity of her own will, I feel like taxing her that's being a pimp. Quite literally. You are pimping at the wazoo. Yeah, you are pimping.
I understand, and maybe you've never had the kind of relationships I've had with my women, but any woman I'm with decides to, by her own free will, submit to me because she sees me as her intellectual superior. She sees me as her life superior. She looks up to me and she respects me, and she sees me as and for that reason, if she were to come along and say do OnlyFans and I said no, she wouldn't do it. But if she insisted on doing it, I would sit here and say, look, I'm unhappy with you doing this, making a bunch of money off of parts which are supposed to be intimate only for me. If this is going to happen, I need to have some kind of compensation for my unhappiness. Yes. And she would understand and she would pay me. But this is not a scenario I need to be involved in. This is just a hypothetical, right? But all the girls who worked for me, they were not romantically involved. They were girls who decided to make a bunch of money and they came to the best in the business, which was me.
So you would be okay with then paying them for their discomfort in other areas then? That'd be something that you're open to?
Sure. I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, I think that all men do naturally anyway, right? I understand your point you're making, so let's extrapolate on it. You're saying that if I do something that they're unhappy with, I should give them money. Well, the point is, I think that all high value men do that naturally anyway. If you take a billionaire on a boat,
naturally, it's kind of indirect of a term. It naturally is more indirect and more like intended, right? Since for you it's transactional and intentional, then in this example you have to use the same framework for that example. Same framework has to be agreed upon. So let's say I don't want to be too gross right now. You're with a goal and you want to do something. Do you okay with the thing of saying, okay, well, I kind of want to do that. I'll give you 10K.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think it works exactly that way, but I think that all men, especially high-value men, are already in a transactional relationship to some regard, and that's not a bad thing. That's natural human nature. And the point I'm trying to make is that if you're a truly high-status male, truly, if you're a billionaire with a yacht and you have 10 girls on that boat, the woman who's in love with you is going to let you fuck 9 other women in front of her because she gets to be on a billionaire's yacht. She gets to go to private islands. She gets to not have to work. She gets to run around on jet skis and take Instagram pictures. So to some degree, are you not paying her for her compliance? To some degree, are you not rewarding her for her being in a situation that she's not completely happy with? That is natural human nature, and all high status males do it.
Okay, as much as I would agree with you, that would be a part of something, right? Part of some sort of fulfillment, right? I would like my partner to be fulfilled in all the ways that I like to be fulfilled.
Oh, you gotta understand what point
if a girl's only with me because she's fulfilled in this money way, but she's lacking on a bunch of other shit, what's the point?
So let's swap the hypothetical. Let's say you're in love with a woman, she comes to you and she decides she wants to do OnlyFans. What do you say?
Okay, so I've had a lot of things about OnlyFans before. A lot. I personally just because I think it's just gonna kind of annoying. I wouldn't go into it knowing she's doing it.
So right? You would. So if your girl came to you and said, no, your girl's not already on OnlyFans, you're with a girl and she's seen OnlyFans online, she decides she wants to start, she comes to you and says, I want to become an OnlyFans chick. You're going to say, yeah, go for it. Don't give me a penny. Go for it. Get rich. Show your titties. That's going to be your answer?
No, I just say, this is kind of annoying. It's an annoying thing. I don't fully agree with it, right? So it'd be kind of cold. It's cold. I don't like it.
Well, this is the point. So I think it's you're and I understand this is really interesting what Train said earlier about internet language, because when you make a point, you have to be very, very careful with what you say. It's almost like politicians speak, but you're saying it's annoying. I wouldn't like it. Well, I'd say you're not allowed. That's what I'd say. I'd say you're not allowed to be on OnlyFans if you're my girl.
Okay.
If you are here.
Oh shit.
Okay, the point I'm trying to make is that
you're not allowed.
I don't like it.
You're my girl. You're not allowed to have
I guess I would break
this
up.
Is what it is.
But that's not like the.
But he can't say that because he's on this Twitch pedestal. What do you mean
she's
not allowed?
It's generally lame.
All right, so the point I'm making here is that it's a situation that most men don't want to find themselves in. They're completely in love with the chick and she decides to do OnlyFans. We're in a hypothetical situation. Saying I'd break up with the chick is a boring answer. So assuming you have to stay with the chick, that's the parameters of the question to make the question interesting to answer. My answer is that I need to be paid for her to be doing OnlyFans. That's the answer in the hypothetical situation. Your answer in the hypothetical situation is it's kind of annoying. I don't know.
There are parameters to this. There's a bunch of parameters around that. It would be like, I hope she's not doing it because of lack of fulfillment in certain ways in our relationship, because that's a fucking problem. I wouldn't want my partner to go to places because she's craving a part of something she isn't getting in our relationship. As long as the thing takes away from the relationship, right? And the framework remains the same, then I guess it's kind of chilling. But that's kind of how it comes to OnlyFans, because people do it for a lot of reasons and a lot of other ones.
No,
so
my girl's titties and an asshole. Just
do you mind me asking a question? How old are you?
26.
Okay, let me blow your mind, young man. Women love men they respect. And let me tell you this, and this is natural, this is evolutionary, it's biological. This is why women have certain even basic things like height, right? They're designed to be attracted to it evolutionarily because they respect larger men because they're more likely to be better at fighting. They're better warriors. Women fall in love with men they respect. Not even men they like that much. It's men they respect. Men they like are their friends. Men they respect are the ones they fuck. And let me tell you something. If a girl were to come to me and say, I am intent on doing OnlyFans, and I would say, I'm uncomfortable with you doing that. I don't want you doing it. She says, Andrew, I love you, but I'm going to do OnlyFans no matter what. I would have to put together parameters and a framework in which she still respects me as a man, or we're over. It's not even about the money. It's about the fact that you are my woman. I love you. You love me. And you're going to show me enough respect as a man that if you're going to get naked on the internet, you're going to at least reward me in some way. There's not going to be all these men paying you money and you making a bunch of money on the fucking side sitting in my house without me getting shit, because that is disrespectful. And I would not allow her to disrespect me, not just because of my ego, but because of her own innate ability to not be attracted to somebody that she doesn't respect. If you were to come along and play things your way, if a chick were to come to you and say, I want to do OnlyFans, you would say, well, I don't like it. It's kind of annoying, and she started doing it, she would fucking leave. The girl is more likely to stay with me taking all her money than she is stay with you keeping all her money. And that may not make sense to you, but one day you will understand.
Okay. I'm going to fire back at you and just say that whatever my relationship is lacking, whatever amount of respect that I'm losing, and whatever amount of privacy that I'm losing, you can't put a price on that. You can't revert that with money. You just can't do it. I want to feel fulfilled. And what fulfills me is that my other partner is fulfilled, and we're both on that like equal mindset, right? And you can't exchange that with money in a transactional way. You just can't. Doesn't matter the amounts. Doesn't matter. It does make me fulfilled. So if the partner can make up for it, whatever they're doing that they're lacking, and they're kind of like reverting it somehow. I guess we can find some sort of compromise, right? But it wouldn't be about money or be transactional money wise. It just wouldn't.
Brother, life is transactional, my friend. And to sit here and pretend that because things are transactional means there's no emotions involved isn't true. Life is transactional. If I'm completely head over heels in love with a woman and I love her with all my heart and I'm ready to take a bullet for her, it's still a transactional relationship. She still provides things and I still provide things that satisfy both of us. You do not sit here and stream for free. Life is transactional. So to sit here and pretend that things shouldn't be transactional is asinine. That's not the way the world works. Every single thing in the world is transactional. Even if I give money to charity, even if Train gives this lady who's massaging me 100,000, he's doing that, one, for clout, two, because he gets to feel good about himself. He isn't, it's not pure charity. He gets to win too.
Actually, wait a second. No, I gotta say something. It's not for clout. If you look me up, I'm actually hated and everything's justified that I do, but it is for the feel good. I get a high from it. The same high I get from gambling, I get from giving. My dick gets hard. So that's transactional, but it is not for clout. I don't give a fuck about it. Just trust me. Do a little research. It is not the clout part, but it is the high part from feeling good. Continue.
Bro, it's the same with me. There's Romania has an orphanage problem. A lot of orphans. Every single Christmas, I go down to the orphanage with the Rolls Royce, give 100 grand, whatever. Am I the fucking nicest man in the world? Well, yeah, but also I feel good. I feel good for doing it, right? Yeah. So life is transactional. Well, so to sit here and say things shouldn't be transactional is asinine. It's not a right paradigm. You must view the world in a transactional sense. The world is transactional.
Yeah, but you're being a little bit obtuse, though. You are deliberately obtuse about what the nature of how we use transactional as a term. You're just saying, oh, it's all a transaction. Yeah, of course. Then everything in life, if it goes one way, it comes back the another way. That's transactional. So everything is. But that's not how we use the word transactional. Transactional is more of not an indirect. It's more of a direct thing. I'm doing this for that. Right? That's how we normally use transactional. The way you're saying is just, it's an exchange of brain chemicals. I'm doing this and I get this brain reward.
XQC
right?
So
as an exchange. That's kind of that is
what he believes in.
Fine. Let me change the way I ask you the question, right? Because what I'm actually, and once again, you're only 26. You are smart. I can see you're smart, but you're 26. So if I were in your position and I had disagreed with everything that Andrew Tate had said, and Andrew Tate was going to come on a stream, first I'd have a list of everything he said I disagree with. You don't even have a list. So you haven't been very professional about your approach in this. You don't even know most of the things I've said. You're just saying this about, it's all very general. So in future, please.
Say that again. Sorry about that. I was fucking distracted by bullshit.
Fine. In future, make a list of all my points you disagree with, so we can be more systematic in our approach.
Oh, agreed. The problem is that you're a gish galloper. You're a professional at it. You're really good at doing it. Gish galloping, you do dang, and then it's kind of hard to catch up because once we talk about something, it's already too late.
Cool. Well, let me tell you what you're doing, just so you're aware. If I walk into NASA and I say that going to space is too expensive and too dangerous, and they say, well, yeah, I agree with you. And I say, okay, this is bullshit. And they go, well, what's the alternative? And I cannot present an alternative. That does not make me a fucking physicist. That does not make me an astronaut. That makes me a jackass. So if you cannot propose a better alternative, then you have no point to make. And this is the point I'm making with you. The parameters of the question are you're in love with a woman who decides to do OnlyFans. You can't break up with her. And I have also added another parameter. You want to retain the respect and the authority in the relationship. You think that taking money in said situation is completely unreasonable and unfair. Fine. What is an alternative which is superior? And if you cannot name one, then it is the best of a bad choice. It may be an unfortunate situation, but it's the best move in a bad chess position, and you must still make the best move. If you have a better move to make, I'm open to hear it. But if I'm in love with a woman, and I'm not going to break up with her, and she comes with me, and she insists on doing OnlyFans, my answer to retain my control and my respect in my relationship is for her to pay me. That is my answer. If you have a better one, my ears are open.
Okay, like I said, whenever somebody does OnlyFans, it's because there's what does that come from? Like, it can be a lot of things of why they would do it. Only money or some sort of fulfillment or whatever, right? Some sort of fulfillment.
Not gonna lie.
Right? If they're doing it because they're lacking something in the relationship, they're taking something away from the relationship, that's a fucking problem. I guess break up. If I'm that uncomfortable, I'm not gonna put a price on that. I'm not gonna be fulfilled in something and spend my entire life with somebody and be committed. There's no price you're gonna pay me to be deluded that we're at the same level of commitment. Break up. End of story. No alternative. One alternative, break up. If you're that uncomfortable, I will not put a dollar amount on that. I will fucking break up.
But
and
Tate's
move on.
scenario was
and
a hypothetical.
You can put a price on your lack of commitment or whatever you think you're lying about, because if they make an OnlyFans is fucking alarming.
But X, what he's saying was a hypothetical. He said in a real normal world, it's like, no, we can't. No OnlyFans, we break up. It is what it is. What he's saying, there's no breakup in this scenario. No breakup. What is the alternative of the transaction?
No,
the money?
I said break up. I said break up. You fucking break up.
This is his hypothetical though.
Also, actually, he's saying it's not about the money; it's the principle.
His hypothetical is no, like in a situation where you guys aren't breaking up, and it's just you need some. What are you gonna do instead?
I have hundreds of millions.
I said broke up. Break up.
Cool. Okay. Well, the point is, I have hundreds of millions of dollars, and if my girlfriend did OnlyFans and made $2, she would pay me my $1.
They're just gonna disagree the whole time.
Okay.
There's disagree though. This conversation is gonna go on forever, bro.
In my opinion, that the nature of that behavior of putting a dollar amount because of some lack of whatever the fuck is stupid. Bro. It's an alarming logical conclusion. It's just bad.
What else about me do you find alarming?
No, I'm just saying it's alarming. That's it.
Okay. What else about my views or things you've heard me say or my attitudes or my life approach?
Oh, my girl can't go out. That's fucking alarming as shit.
My girl can't go out?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's discuss this. All right, cool. So I take my girlfriends out all the time, right? But if this girl were to say I want to go out with 7 other girls to the club, in my personal experience, I'd be unhappy for her to do that because I've been the man in the club that those 7 girls turn up to and end up on his table, and I know what happens. I've lived a very, very long life. I know how that ends. Now, I think that, and I've discussed this already before. I think I discussed this yesterday with Dave Portnoy, which he got upset about. I discussed that if I'm going to be in a relationship and I'm going to have responsibility over a woman, which I want to have because it's my masculine imperative, I should also have a degree of authority that comes with that responsibility. If I'm responsible for her safety, for example, but she refuses to obey me when I say don't walk home in the middle of the night, then how can I truly be responsible? Responsibility and authority are linked. I'm responsible for her because I'm her man and I take the best care of her. I might know things she doesn't know. She might be 19 years old and think going to the club's all fine. I'm 35. I've been around. I've seen what happens in clubs. No, you don't need to go there. I'm responsible for you. I take care of you. And by extension, I have authority to say to you, you're not going to that nightclub. That doesn't make me crazy. It doesn't make me insecure. It doesn't make me weak. She can always say I'm going to go anyway, and that's fine. And then we can break up. But in my scenario, any woman I'm serious about is going to obey me. And I'm not going to come along with some crazy, maybe people will call it crazy. I'm not going to make her do anything wrong. She ain't going to take drugs. She's going to go to the gym. She's going to eat right. She's going to be learning shit. And she ain't going to be in the club sniffing and drinking. Now, if that makes me a bad person, then so be it. No problem. But I get plenty of girls who sign up to that all day long without problems. And any man who sits there and goes, I'm not insecure, I'll send my girl to the club. Send her to my table, G. Send her to my table. No problem. Send her.
Enough. Okay.
We'll talk about insecurity when she's sucking dick.
Okay, then according to your mindset and how you see things then, and your high levels of security apparently, right? If your girl was to go to the club, right? And I was at the club, you're scared that I will bring your girl home.
I don't live in It's not about scared because I don't live in fear.
That's fear.
No, it's not fear. What it is.
Okay, what is the outcome that you do not want of her going to the club?
I'll explain. I'm a territorial.
Guys coming over and bringing her home. By fear, you are scared of her going home with another guy. That is a move that is literally fueled by fear. You are fearful.
That's an interesting viewpoint, and I know you think that that's relevant, and I know you think you've made a good point, but I'm about to dissect it and show you why.
Go ahead.
I'm a territorial individual, and I think that being a man, one of the best things about being a man is being territorial, being able to say, that is mine. That's the whole point of it. So let's use an analogy. And please, when I make this analogy, I don't want you to try and get caught up in the analogy because I'm about to compare a woman to a car. Do not say you're comparing women to cars. That's low IQ. This is just an analogy. If I go outside, right? Okay. Or let's say I have a Lamborghini. I have many cars, but let's say I take my Lamborghini. Would I park it in a high crime area? Even if the locks are fantastic, even if my woman is loyal and completely and utterly in love with me, and I know there's 0% chance any man could ever take her home because she's with the top G, which is the case. Even if I know the locks on my car, it has bulletproof glass, it's locked, you can't break into it. Will I park my Lambo in an area where people are going to try and steal it? No, I won't, because that is irresponsible. So the fact is, I don't care if men try and come up to my chick because no one can steal my chick because I am me. The fact is, it's irresponsible for me to put her in a scenario where people will attempt it. If I walk out to the car park and someone's trying to break into my car, even if the locks to my car are secure, I will still decimate said individual for attempting to steal my property. That's what it's about. It's about territorialism. It's not about being fearful the girl's going to run off to someone else. There's nowhere to go from me but down. It's not about that. It's about the fact that it's irresponsible for me to put her in that scenario. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean the argument would be good. If I were you, I'm making that argument. I could rationalize the argument you just did if most of the girls that I dated or that I was with had the IQ of somebody who cannot move, think, or do anything, and is just stuck on the side of the fucking curb. So yeah, I guess maybe you would have this experience.
Okay,
if most of you did were 0 IQ, brain frozen. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense in the real world because you don't park your fucking girl on the curb at the club. They move, they talk, they do shit. It's not fucking. It's not the danger of other guys doing shit, right? Because they can still think. And the loss of the potential that one guy out of a million will do some crazy shit and is going to forcibly bring her home, right? Is far outweighed by the fun and enjoyment and fulfillment that they get by going to the club in the first place.
That's interesting, but you also have to understand because we are different individuals living very different lives, and I'm not going to sit here and comment on your relationships because I don't understand them because I don't know them. But you have to understand that I am at a status of life where any woman who gets with me understands that to be with a man of my caliber, there are certain sacrifices which must be made. You do not get to be with a kickboxing world champion, multi-millionaire, whose entire life is completely on track and live a life of spoilt princess, and then also say to that man, I go to the club whenever the fuck I want. You might be able to say that to some other men, but you can't say it to me. So, and I want to say something to you that you may not yet understand once again, because you are intelligent, but you're not yet wise because you are young. Women are malleable. And when I say they're malleable, people think that women are these individualistic, unique creatures, and they are to a degree, but they are heavily molded by the man they're with. You'll notice if a woman gets with a man and she loves him, she likes the same music he likes, the same politics.
Anybody's in that regard. Everybody's malleable in that regard with the people that they're with, people that are around. People are the fucking result of what's around them. That's just
correct. So women are malleable. So a woman which may say to you, I'm a unique, special snowflake, I do whatever the fuck I want. If she was in my presence, she wouldn't say that. Now, because women are a reflection of their man. It's not hard to get a woman who sits there and says, you know what? I don't go to the club without my man because I adore my man. If the man is worthy of such adoration. If the woman's sitting there going, well, I'm with him, but he doesn't tell me what to do. That's the man's problem. It's nothing to do with the woman. Females are all the same. It's all about the man they're with. I have no trouble and no arguments in my life telling women they don't go to the club by themselves. Zero. It's not a conversation that even ever appears ever because I am me. So for you to sit here and describe scenarios, that's fine. And you're saying that my women are low IQ. I would counter that by saying if I was with the same women you were with, they'd behave better for me than they would for you. And that is because of my status and my wisdom and my individuality that you've yet.
You treat and pay for them like they're Lambos that are parked at the curb. Of course they're going to be like this if you want to go down that argument. So yeah, I guess once more I have to concede the point because you're right. I guess you dated frozen Lambos parked at the curb.
It's not frozen Lambos. Saying to a woman
that is what you compared. That is your example. You compared the behavior and the potentials of her being stolen to a parked Lambo. Therefore, I have to use that analogy when talking about the girls that you are dating, and you are saying, "I'm sorry, it's not an insult. You made this precedent. I have to use it."
I will take any woman I could date, any of women you've ever, I don't know who your girlfriends are, I don't have a clue, but any woman you've ever dated, if I was with her, she wouldn't be going to the club without me. That's the bottom line. And that's because who I am. The woman's paradigm, the idea that the female is going to come along and demand to only go club with the girls, etc., 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 that is heavily dependent on the man she is with.
So what makes you above her then?
Okay.
The money, the status, the top G? What is the label or the prerequisite that makes you above her?
It's not about being above. It's about her.
Yes, it is.
It's about her respecting me.
Therefore, you can't go to the club either. You don't go to the club then.
That's bullshit. I go to the club whatever the fuck I want.
Okay, then what makes her unable to go to the club if you can't go to the club if you're equal?
I am responsible for her, and I have authority.
Why are you responsible? What makes you responsible?
I'm responsible for her because I am more competent as an individual. Now, before
how do you know that? all the girls. There's no girl out there that could be above you. You're above everybody else.
Well, let's because I know you're gonna try and go down the sexist argument. Let's reverse it.
Well, I mean, you bait it. Okay, listen. You have driven this conversation since the beginning. I gave you I gave you the initial roots argument or point, and you are driving
6
yourself
a.m. is
there.
crazy. 6 a.m. is crazy, bro. 6 a.m. is crazy.
You are drawing a circle around it. I didn't do shit.
All right.
I said, what makes you above her?
Is crazy,
you're not giving me an answer.
It's not about being above. It's about having responsibility for.
So why do you share responsibility?
Okay, because you can't share responsibility because nothing in life is 50-50. There's always, even if it's 49%, 51%.
Then why you?
Me, because I'm me. This is the exact point. Now let's reverse it, which I've been trying to do for the last 30 seconds.
Okay.
There are women out there who are with men, and that man needs her to tell him, stop playing video games, stop smoking weed, go to the gym, get your diet in order. Why don't you ever work? Why ain't you got any money? There are millions of relationships out there. In said scenario, she has responsibility because she's his mother and she tells him what to do, and she has authority. She can tell him not to do shit because she's the fucking boss. That is happened. It's not about a sex thing. It's about human dynamics. In every relationship, someone's in charge, and I'm in charge of my relationships, and I find it irresponsible of me to put her in a scenario where something could happen to her.
But
carry on.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just think what a good point was. I can interject. Since you're making that point, right? The problem with these statements is that you say girls. You always say girls or my girls, right? Intending that it's all of them. What about some girl, right? Who, right now, hypothetically, is a multi-trillionaire, right? And is in your kitchen right now, and she comes away right now. The door opens behind you. We see a little glint of light right behind you right now, and he says, "Hey, Tate, get the fuck off the computer, drinking his bullshit with his stupid cigar, talking to that fucking double on your computer, right? That could happen, right? According to you, no, it can't happen. Why not?
It can't happen, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Oh my God.
Because you said some girl being a multi-trillionaire. There's plenty of women in the world who may have a lot of money. Yeah. But you have to understand that when you look at life, you have to look at life in the different paradigms. There's many different lenses you look at life through. And when you look at life from a societal perspective, yes, women are equal to men and they should be, fine. But when you look at women from an animalistic perspective, because we are basically animals, they are not equal to us physically. When it comes to something like personal safety, which a club involves a lot of, they can get spiked. A man can try on with them and lose his temper. They can get attacked. Whatever can happen. When it comes to physical protection, that is a man's realm. You could be a UFC world champion, female, whatever. I'm too big and I'm too strong. I'll still beat him. So there's no female alive who's going to come into a room and tell me when it comes to things like personal protection, responsibility for her own personal safety, etc. Trump my views. That's not true. I'm a man. I have certain domains in which I rule.
Most men can say that.
In this line of argument, the things that you just said, I'm trying to go one by one, so I have to be selective about how I'm doing this, okay? What you're saying, since you brought up the fact that you can get spiked, is that you, Andrew, if you go at the club alone, because the girl is staying at home, she has to stay home, she's boxed in. You go to the club because you're such a fucking warrior, and you get spiked heavier than you're drinking, you drink it, you will not go unconscious because you're such a fucking lion, aren't you?
It's not about that. It's about the fact that if the woman was with me in the club or if the woman couldn't protect me, that's not the woman's domain. It's down to me and my team to protect me. The female has absolutely no say when it comes to things like personal safety. She has no domain.
So she can't have a team around her. She can't.
A team of chicks? A team of chicks?
Of anybody.
Send your girl to the club with a
Did I say chicks? Did I say chicks?
Oh, a team of dudes. Cool. You want to send your girl to the club with a bunch of dudes. Cool. Your prerogative. Enjoy. Hope you have a long relationship.
Well, I mean, my relationship will be long and fulfilling. I can't say the same to when you treat people like this. I mean,
like saying that you don't go to the club without me, we'll go together. Oh, I'm the worst man in the world. Oh no, don't take your girl to the VIP table with you. Oh, don't do that, Andrew, you misogynist. Send her out there with all those other dudes. I'll tell you what, bro. 87 professional fights, 4-time kickboxing world champion. How about this? I'll protect your chick. Send her to the club with me.
Bro, you can be the biggest lion out there. You can be the most Chad-like bald guy out there. Okay, if your drink gets spiked, you're dropping.
That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is about the respect that she will have for me for protecting her and my responsibility over her and the authority that comes with it. It'll be about the fact that I don't want my woman in the club without me. I think it's disrespectful, and I don't think that any woman who truly loves a man even wants to do that. Women test boundaries as they should. And I'm about to make another comparison. I'm about to make another comparison that you can use.
Yeah.
Use my analogies against me. You said
I have no other material. You said attack. You said approach me by going 1-to-1 and going with specifics. What else is there than the things that you're feeding me that I can use? Am I supposed to speak in fucking some shit? What am I supposed to do? I have to.
Completely. So I compared women to cars, so that makes me a bad man. I'm about to compare women to children. Oh no, I'm a really bad man. So let's do the same thing, right? So when you have a child, let's say you have a 6 or 7 year old kid, They push the boundaries. They try and see what they can get away with until eventually you come and say, no, you're not allowed to do that anymore. If you leave a child completely unchecked, they're going to do a bunch of crazy shit, right? There has to be a point they come up against the wall where the parents say, no, I'm older than you. I'm more responsible than you. I'm wiser than you. I know things you don't know. Do not stick your fingers in the plug socket. That's part of being an adult. It's part of being a parent. It's the same thing as being a man for a woman. If you're a man with a woman, you're likely older, a lot older, so you're wiser by default. You're probably, if you're a successful man, more successful than her. You've seen a lot of things. You've probably seen more violence than she has, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're very, very qualified to come along and say,
why do you intend that you're probably more successful than she is?
Because you're likely older. I mean, I don't know. There's not many 18-year-old girls who are going to be more successful than a 35-year-old man. Maybe. But
why are you dating somebody a little younger?
Okay, 25-year-old. Doesn't matter. Men date younger women on average because young women like older men on average. And they like that because they respect older men because they respect the authority. I don't think any of the things I'm saying here are largely contested. I think everyone agrees that women like.
I mean, not only are they largely contested, they are mostly contested. I think most people disagree with you on this. I mean, most rational beings, except for the people that are completely delusional and off the tracks, unhinged. The problem that you think is that you're saying that men, it's impossible for them to be pushed into the right directions or helped like a children from women. The girls can't come in and say, stop doing this, Tate, stop doing that. They can't do that to you or any other guys because they're women. Which, what the fuck is that? That's just so illogical.
Some men need women to guide them. That's fine. I'm not one of those men.
Also, now some. Earlier was all, now it's some. We're going down the list now. We're trying to
It was overall. I gave a scenario in which many men are mothered by their girlfriends, and I said in said scenario the woman has authority and responsibility, and she can prevent him from going to the club. And then I also said in every single relationship somebody has responsibility and authority. Nothing is 50-50. And then I also said for the same reason I would not allow someone to break into my car, no matter how good the locks are. I will not put my woman in a scenario. I need this video posted. You don't even need to edit it. I find it disrespectful, and she shouldn't want to be there. That's what I said. That's all the things I said. Now, if you have a relationship in which you want your girl to go out to the club as much as she wants, that's your prerogative. I'm not coming here telling you not to do it. I